Well, thank you again for all coming, and I do appreciate you helping maintain this svelte figure by getting cake. This is always one of, I know I say this at Saline Salutes too, but this is one of my favorite events because, this is the chance in the spring we honor our citizens, and in the fall we honor our businesses. So I appreciate you all coming out here to help us celebrate some great businesses in our community. First, I would like to start by Christine come up, and we will thank our major sponsor, Key Bank.
Thank you.
She can get away with being shy. I have to stand up here for the night. I would also like to thank, we had a whole bunch of sponsors this year that help us put this on. Earth Elements, Firewatch Studios, MMI Engineered Solutions, Bank of Ann Arbor, Grow Beyond LLC, PSMI, Washtenaw Community College, Dan's Downtown Tavern, Great Lakes Educational Group, JKC Sewer Drain and Plumbing, Pineapple House, Saline Meadows Manufactured Home Community, and Stevenson Water Hauling. Okay, that's it. Good night. We also have a number of people who contribute to making this all happen. We have SCTN, Saline Area Schools, for our filming. Thank you very much. The Saline Post always comes and gives us some good coverage. And of course, the Stonebridge Golf Club for hosting us tonight. The Saline Area Chamber of Commerce Business Enterprise Award, it's a widely recognized as one of the most meaningful and prestigious tributes any business can receive in the greater Saline market. And we are very pleased to be here tonight at the 22nd Annual Business Awards Dinner, honoring 3 great companies as the best of the best in the Saline area, as well as our Lifetime Achievement honoree. The Chamber would like to extend its congratulations on their outstanding achievement to the 2018 Small Business of the Year, Mancino's Pizza and Grinders, the 2018 Large Business of the Year, which is Bill Crispin Chevrolet, and as many of you know, last year we lost our friend Bill Mangold, and so we have decided to, in his honor, the Lifetime Achievement Award will henceforth be known as the Bill Mangold Lifetime Achievement Award, and that is Julie McFarland of McNaughton Gun. A new category we've added this year, we have so many up-and-coming companies that come into the community. They're so vibrant and so active. We decided this year to add another award, which is we're calling our Rising Star Award, which is somebody who's been in the chamber for less than 2 years. And this year, that is Steadfast Chiropractic. I tend to be a history nut, so over time I've been delving into the history of the chamber, and we started, our current incarnation started on April 12th, 1956, and I just thought it was kind of neat that 3 of the people here tonight that represent entities in the chamber have been with us since the very beginning. So we have Hartman Insurance here with us tonight, who've been here since the beginning. R&B Plastics. And the City of Saline. And now, so you can get rid of me, I would like to introduce Heather Feldkamp, who is this year's Chamber President.
Thank you, John. And of course, we're sad. This is John's last year doing this event, right? So for those that don't know, he's moving to the warmer climate of Florida at the end of the year. So we will miss him, but maybe he'll come back like Art does. Will you still come back and see us every once in a while? Yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm Heather Feldkamp. Obviously, so my time is coming to an end. President of the board for the chamber. But my day job is Evangelical Homes of Michigan Foundation. So we are the fundraising arm for what we call EHM Senior Solutions now. So most of you in this room probably know of that organization. Been around a while. And so I'm a money beggar. That's what I do for a living. So some of you might get, I might call it my love letter. Those come out twice a year. A lot of you probably get that. So. Anyway, I want to recognize past participants. Now you can see the full list on your inside, but I'm going to recognize those that are here this evening. So if you represent one of these businesses, if you could stand up, and we'll save the applause for the end, so we can get a see before we get into all of our new winners that we're going to be celebrating tonight. We're going to celebrate those of the past that are with us, which is really cool that you've all been here. Pretty full room. We're very happy. So I'll start with Brood Awakenings, Story Point, Bank of Ann Arbor, Design Hub, Stonebridge Golf Club. There's a lot of people walking around from there, but Hartman Insurance, McNaughton and Gunn, R&B Plastics Machinery, Evangelical Homes, I'm already standing, Spotted Dog Winery. Thank you. Give them a round of applause. Thank you. So thank you for coming and joining us. The next thing I want to talk about is just the criteria, and you can see a lot of that also in the inside page. But the criteria, the nominations, which I think is the most, if you're a receiver of it, it's kind of the biggest reward you can get. It's from the entire community. There are two major categories that John already talked about: the large business, small business. What's a large business, small business? What's the difference? Small business is 20 or fewer employees, where large business is 21 and up. So that's how that category is kind of looked at. And we get nominations for several months, and there's a committee together that has the very hard job of going through those, because it's kind of like you start looking at them, and they're all worthy. And you're like, oh, what do we do? So obviously, if you've been a past winner, then you don't get to win again right away. But other than that, it's kind of hard to do. So you can see in that in your brochure here that some of the selection process. So the business has to have a substantial history, established successful business in Saline, demonstrated commitment to the overall health and productivity of the Saline area, demonstrated commitment to providing customers and clients the best possible service and/or product, consistently followed ethical and fair business practices, contributed to the betterment of the community through volunteer efforts. A lot of great volunteers in the city of Saline, where most of you know, and is a Saline Area Chamber of Commerce member in good standing, of course. So well, thank you all for being here, and I appreciate it. And now I get to, as I pass the baton in a couple months anyway, I get to pass the baton tonight to our next president, or president-elect, President 2019, is Fred Piercy, president of R&B Machinery, and he will be coming up here now, and he'll take it from there as we recognize this year's winners.
Thank you, Heather. This looks a little bit short, but I'll work with it, I guess. Anyhow, good evening. So I'm Fred Piercy. I'm the general manager and president of R&B Plastics Machinery. So I'm very pleased to be here as well tonight and to be able to be part of this program to support and present these awards to the businesses of Saline. I think Saline is an unbelievable place because of the businesses and the schools. And I look around the room tonight and I see a lot of support and representation from those institutions, those businesses, right, that make up the very fabric of Saline, which I think is a key. It's not just business, it's not just a school, it's all those things put together to create a great community. So my hat's off to all these businesses and the representatives that represent most of the functions within our great community. So thank you. So getting right with the program, right? Let's move on. So our 2018 Rising Star we talked about, and we had our small business with Mencinos. We had Steadfast as us. We moving into the large business with the Bill Crispin Chevrolet. So we will, as we start off here, we would like tonight to present the Rising Star Award. So I'd like to invite up here Dr. Andrew and Kelsey Schneider and John Olson as well.
It's kind of neat when we started this year. We wanted to have a cup for them to keep in their business for the year. If you don't know, if you haven't been here before, the winner of this, they'll get plaques and they'll get things, but there's also a cup that stays in their business all year long. Now, Kim didn't want to give it back, but but we had to have them made, so I took it over to our trophy guy, and these were made quite a few years ago now. And he's going through the book, and he goes, okay, I can get this part, and I get this part. I think he did a pretty good job. It's pretty close to the other ones. But so this being the first year for this, you guys have just been amazing. I mean, I know you just opened a year ago, but you guys came out the gate even before you had done the tear out from the previous business, and you were getting heavily involved. So it's pretty amazing when I, watch you guys and what you're doing, and it doesn't, it's not like you've been doing it a year now and we're watching you slow down. If anything, you're picking up the pace and being exactly what we want in our community, and that is, good corporate citizens, because as Fred was saying, all the pieces have to fit together for us to have a good community. And so it's my distinct pleasure to present you with this plaque for being the Rising Star Business for 2018.
At this time, I'd also like to, stay up here. Yeah, we got some more. So there's a few, Mayor Marl, would you please come up here to present a bit of the city proclamation?
Yeah, go ahead, okay. Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations. Where are we at here? We're right here. Friends, good evening. Delighted to be with you. Fred, thank you for the introduction. And let me begin by saying to the Chamber, I think it's marvelous that you introduced a new award at this ceremony, and how special it must be to be the inaugural recipient of the Rising Star Award. And like John said, I want to congratulate you and thank you for becoming so immersed and embedded in the community. We wish you the best of luck. We know we can expect great things. And I'm honored to present a tribute that was prepared by my office, and then I'm also presenting a tribute prepared by Congressman Wahlberg's office, because the congressman couldn't be here this evening. So congratulations.
Thanks. Oh, sorry, you're not. Yes. I gotta get these bifocals fixed here. Oh, Aaron, I'm so sorry. Yeah, all right. Additionally, representing tonight for Donna Lisinski, I pronounced it correctly, correct? Yes, all right, is Aaron Paul, how did you pronounce your last name? Pilo, thank you. Okay, that was an awkward moment, so we got that over with.
Because of my bird-like voice, I'll have to lean in. So for those of you who don't know, State Representative Donna Lisinski represents the communities of Saline, Dexter, Manchester, Whitmore Lake, and Chelsea. So oftentimes our priorities and our community values look a little bit different than a city like Ann Arbor or Ypsilanti. And it requires us as a community to come together in a collective way to solve problems. And over the past 20 months working for you, Saline has stood out as a leader in business and the business community. It's, as a small business owner herself, Representative Lisinski knows how difficult it can be to take the financial and personal risks that are required to start your own venture. So she is proud to represent entrepreneurs like yourselves. And we have prepared a tribute on behalf of State Representative Donna Lisinski, your state senator Rebecca Warren, and as well as the governor and Lieutenant Governor Brian Calley. They are somewhere here. So this is for you as well, and we're so happy that you have brought commerce and growth to the Saline community. So all the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
And John let me know I was relieved of my duties, but he couldn't find anyone else to take it tonight. So we're going to present now the plaque, or the cup, right? The cup. Sorry.
The coveted cup. Last but not least, we have the cup, which can be displayed in your business for the next year, and then a few months from now, I'll have to come and take it and fight you for it. But this is for you guys for the whole year, and I suppose you could use it as a tiny bassinet for.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Newborn photo shoot. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Moving on to the 2018 Small Business of the Year, Mancino's Pizzas and Grinders. I'd like to invite Katie and Jeff Spence up. John Olson.
All right, so now we have the Small Business of the Year, which I actually won a lot of years ago now. But Katie and Jeff have come into our community. They've really jumped in a number of different organizations and worked hard. If you follow them on Facebook, they're always doing pizzas for this and pizzas for that, and trying to generate money for different groups in the community. In addition, here's another example of, in addition to taking the time to run your own business, you're giving back to the community. And that's, when I had my business, that's how I always felt. I didn't want to be a business in the community. I wanted to be a business that was part of the community. And I think that's the thing you see in all these businesses tonight, is how they want to be part of the community that they're in. And I think that makes Saline what it is. So please let me congratulate you on being the Small Business of the Year.
Thank you.
Mayor Maher, would you come up, please?
Well, I was just thinking of this. When you bought Mancino's, if the folks will recall, that shopping center was, I think, at a 70% vacancy rate. Things were pretty tough. And I mention that because I like courage, and I like fortitude, and I like commitment. And you made an investment in a business at a time that were, again, things were pretty tough. Things were pretty lean. And as John said, you are very community-oriented. It never ceases to amaze me the number of times you find opportunities to give back. And I will say about both Katie and Jeff, because I've gotten to know both of them over the past 3-4 years, they're both doers, and we need more doers in our society. People who are willing to get their hands dirty and make our communities, a better place. So I think Mancino's Pizza and Grinders is a perfect recipient for the 2019 Small Business Award. And again, my office prepared a resolution, as did Congressman Wahlberg, who couldn't be with us this evening. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Aaron, could you please come up?
Yeah, I echo what the mayor said about doers. As some of you, I'm sure, know, my boss and a number of elected officials are up for a big performance review on November 6th. And I think that it's sometimes very easy to confuse talking points with actual policy. I don't think so. So over the past 20 months, Representative Lisinski, with her small business partners, people from the community, put together a package of bills that will provide entrepreneurs, small business leaders with the tools they need to succeed, making sure that there are preferences for local small businesses in state contracts, and it's a way that at the state level we can help facilitate neighborhood growth, because we know that when local businesses succeed, our local wages grow, our local economies grow with them. So we are indebted to people like yourselves for helping to generate that growth on the ground. And once again, we have prepared a legislative tribute on behalf of State Representative Lisinski, State Senator Rebecca Warren, the governor, and Lieutenant Governor.
Thank you.
Once again, a round of applause again for Mancino's Pizza and Grinders. Once again, I made a mistake. John Olson, would you please come up? Oh, sorry, Kim Castor, come up. Definitely fired at this point. So. It helps if you come to one of these ahead of time, I guess, right? Kim, thank you.
So I want to congratulate you on winning this. You very much deserve it. I follow you guys on Facebook and am truly amazed at how much you do for our community. And if there's a business to pass it on to, I'm honored to pass it on to you. So congratulations.
I believe now we are complete. Good? Okay, you're good, yeah.
Yeah, I thought this afternoon, I was like, maybe we would have to, like, maybe speak or something, or say thank you. So, first off, thank you very much. Very, very honored. You, very personally honored, and I can speak for Katie, very honored for the appreciation that you've shown, so thank you. I don't like mics, it's echoey. But, no, so when Katie and I took on this business, Katie and I come from a background of business, like big box businesses, retail, what have you, and when we came into this venture, our background told us that when you get personally involved in a community, that personally involved and actually genuinely involved, the community typically pays back. So we started off this venture with that bet, okay, yes, as Brian spoke, the area looked a little bit bleak. But we believed, you know what, we can do something about it, right? We create a great product, and we get involved with the community. Our bet is that the community will reciprocate, and we were blown away with how much the community did reciprocate. But it does start with getting involved in the community and personally taking that risk and putting in that effort first. I think something that I have to, frequently remind myself of is sometimes you have to put yourself forward before you get something back in return. And that's what we bet on as a business was, we're going to put ourselves forward, and we're going to bet that the Saline community is going to pay us back in reciprocation. And we're blown away with what the community has done for us. So we thank you very much. From the community's response, we've been able to grow 11 employees additional from when we started. So there's 11 new jobs that are out there. We've doubled our overall business. We've been able to make 4 of our employees full-time. We've been able to give those employees benefits that they didn't have before. We've been able to give them 401ks that they never had before. And this is out of a small little pizzeria. So, but that's because of the bet that we put on the community and the response that we got back from the community. So, thank you very much for that.
Very nice, thank you. 2018 Large Business of the Year is Bill Crispin Chevrolet. So at this time, I'd like to invite Bill and Debbie Crispin up. And John.
This one kind of fell into that odd category of, we got all these wonderful nominations in, and we're looking through them, and somebody said, oh, because you can only win this once. Somebody said, oh, Crispin can't get it, they've already won it. And I don't remember the list. And we went back through and we're like, oh my God, are you kidding me? With all that they have done for this community, somehow they weren't on this list. I am so pleased to be able to give this to you guys. You guys have been there for our community. You just can't say enough. You're one of our stalwarts. That's just part of the fabric of our business community. And I am so very pleased to be able to hand this to both of you. Congratulations on being our 2018 Large Business of the Year.
Mayor Morrow, would you like to come up?
Well, John stole my thunder. Bill Crispin Chevrolet is an institution in our community, and that's not hyperbolic. And I must tell you that when the chamber sent over the press release announcing the 2018 winners, I thought it was a typo. I thought Bill Crispin Chevrolet had already won. But as John said, there's no better recipient of the Large Business Award. You have done so much for the community. I know you will continue to have a profound impact on our area for years to come. You're a model business, a leader in the business community, and I just can't say enough great things about the impact you've had on our area. So congratulations and best wishes.
Aaron, could you come out?
Yeah, I mean, I could keep riffing on what everyone has said previously, but an invaluable role and presence you've had here in our community. It is an honor and privilege for Representative Lisinski to represent areas that have such robust community and business leaders such as yourselves, and that's why we are so happy to present, again, a legislative tribute to commend you and thank you for all the work that you have done on behalf of this community. So, thank you very much.
And I would like to have the passing of the cup. In this case, I would like to invite up Story Point would be Representative
Kathy Mitchell, for those of you that don't know me, and Kim Tanner, who's trying to shy away. I had to drag her up here with me. She's our executive director. We're really honored and pleased to offer this award. It's very well deserved. When we first opened, we heard a lot about Bill Crispin. So very honored to offer this to you. You get to enjoy it for the next year as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
You just introduce yourself. Yep.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody that's here. First thing I'd like to do is thank each and every one of you for coming here and awarding us this great trophy. The next thing I'd like to do is introduce my table. Everybody that's sitting at that table is my lovely daughter, Debbie Crispin, who is my partner, who will represent Bill Crispin Chevrolet. My wife sitting over there, Judy. Kenny Dibley has been with me since I came out here in 1978. That's how long Kenny's been there. Shelley's been here a long time. Rob's been here a long time. And Mr. Melanzak, if you would do me a favor and stand up. Also, I have with us Mike Herman, who's been with us for quite some time. I became a Chevrolet dealer in 1975 in the city of Detroit. I lost the dealership because it belonged to a person that never had the will set up the proper way, so we moved out of the city and came out to Saline. And one day, I had somebody call me up from Chevrolet and said, meet us at State Road and I-94. I didn't even know where State Road and I-94 was. But I drove out there and I met him at a place called Bill Knapp's Restaurant. I walked into Bill Knapp's restaurant, I thought I was in an old folks home. They asked me if I would like to have lunch, I said no thank you. They asked me if I would like to have a cup of coffee, I said no thank you. I would like to go see the dealership that you're offering me to come from Bill Crispin. Now you gotta mind you that I had a dealership in Detroit, it was a little over 2 blocks long, selling probably close to 3,000 cars a year. Getting in the car, driving out to State Road and I-94, meeting Chevrolet, 3 people. And I got there and we went out and they said, we're gonna show you this building that's out here in Saline. Drove out on State Street, came down State Street, Michigan Avenue, there was no Walmarts, there was no traffic light, there was no shopping center, there was nothing out here when I came out in 1978. Brought me up to a place next to the lumber company, which is right over there on Michigan Avenue, which everybody knows where it is. And they told me that the place was for sale, and I said, okay, let me think about it. And I'm thinking, what did I do to tick you off? I mean, I am in a big dealership. I got almost 2.5 blocks long and got 150 employees, and you bring me out here, and I have Dick Melanzak, and I have Kenny Dibley, and I have one other gentleman that retired. So I ended up buying the place. Then they said, why don't you go down and buy a piece of property down at State Road and Michigan Avenue? And I said, okay. So I did. I went down and I bought a piece of property, and they said, in 10 years, you're gonna love us. But the first 10 years, I didn't like them. There was nothing out here. In the meantime, my daughter was in college. My daughter graduated from Northwood, got a degree in automotive marketing, and went down and worked for a friend of mine in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, by the name of Gary Fronrath, Chevrolet. Took Debbie under his wing, put her through the chairs and all that. And one day I called up Debbie. I said, Deb, it's about time for you to come back to Saline. And she said, Dad, I love the weather. I love my friends. Got a good house. Anyways, Debbie came back. We built a store down there in Saline. And I said, I'm going to build this. I'm going to build that. Chevrolet says, no, you're not. You're not going to build that. Chevrolet says, this is the size you can build, and when you get bigger, you can build this, and when you get bigger, you can build that. So that's exactly what we did. Anyway, we did it. It was the best thing that ever happened. Really great. The people of Saline were supportive. Businesses were supportive. And God bless my daughter for coming back and being my partner, because someday it will all belong to Debbie. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dick Melanzak for being here all these years. Kenny for being here all these years. and all my employees and my lovely wife sitting there for putting up with all the grief and aggravation with her husband. And my daughter also.
Yeah. That's your story and you're sticking to it. I'm not sure what that is, but is it good to go? Technical adjustment there. All right, as we wrap up here and we lead into our 2018 Bill Mangold Lifetime Achievement Award, the recipient, which was announced, is Julie McFarland from McNaughton and Gunn. I would like to invite Olga to the podium. And accepting on behalf of Julie tonight is going to be Betty Heist. Would you please join us?
I'm going to take a few minutes to say something about this award, if you don't mind. I'm going to take a minute to say something about this award. I didn't realize that we were doing this all together. Anyway, last year when Bill learned that he was given the Lifetime Achievement Award, he was overwhelmed. He felt he had received so much more from his time with the Chamber than he had given. The bonds of friendship he was able to form with so many of you Chamber folks meant so much to him. He was thoroughly enjoyed every one of the days spent at the Chamber, and he was happy that John, Laura, and Larry, and all the others in the office over the years were willing to put up with his teasing and shenanigans. Unfortunately, to his dismay, he was not well enough to personally receive his award. Our daughter Kathy accepted it on his behalf last year. But he did watch the video of the event afterwards and was profoundly affected and humbled to hear the testaments to his life. This was truly a huge honor for him. Now you folks have given Bill yet another honor, the naming of the Lifetime Achievement Award to keep his memory alive at the Chamber. Our entire family and I want to say how deeply touched and grateful we are to all of you for keeping Bill's spirit alive in this way. Bless you all.
John and Kathy, can we get you to also come up? Kathy?
While they're on their way up here, I just wanted to quickly comment that McNaughton Gunn was our recipient for the Large Business of the Year in 1998. All right, you guys, you may present the award.
Here it is. Oh, it is a Bill Mangold. I thought it was William.
He paid me to put his name on there.
It's an honor for us to have the privilege of presenting this for the first time, this Bill Mangold Lifetime Achievement Award to Julie McFarland.
Mayor Morrow, would you like to please come up? Thank you.
Okay. If I recall my history, McNaughton and Gunn, after the Ford plant and after R&B Plastics and Machinery, McNaughton and Gunn was the third business to invest in our industrial park along Woodland Drive. So in the mid to late 1970s, if you had visited McNaughton and Gunn, beyond McNaughton and Gunn was bare fields and vacant land. So McNaughton and Gunn was one of the first larger employers to believe in the Saline community and to invest here and to create jobs here. and we have not forgotten that, and we greatly appreciate it. So my office prepared a resolution to honor McNaughton and Gunn and Julie McFarland for a lifetime commitment to the Saline community, an outstanding business, and of course we wish you and your colleagues and friends all the very best in the ensuing years. Congratulations.
Aaron, could you please join us?
Gotta get the prop first. I started out as an intern for Representative Lisinski. One of the first assignments I was put on was actually a tribute for Bill Mangold. So it really has come full circle that I'm now presenting a tribute to McNaughton and Gunn that bears his name. I studied literature in college, and I remember when I told my parents what I wanted to degree in, they said, sorry, what? How will you make money? So this is the sentimental part of the bit, but it's a huge honor for me to get to present this tribute to a group of people who have invested in my first love of reading, of the printed word, and have achieved a lifetime of success doing that as a business model. So again, a legislative tribute on behalf of State Representative Lisinski and State Senator Rebecca Warren to McNaughton and Gunn and Julie McFarland for this extremely prestigious award.
Thank you, everyone. As they said, I'm Betty Height. I'm Human Resource Manager at McNaughton and Gunn. Julie is unable to attend this evening, so I just said I would accept this on her behalf. Julie wishes to offer her sincerest gratitude to the Saline Chamber and to the dozens of people without whom this achievement wouldn't be possible. For those of you who are not familiar with us, McNaughton and Gunn is a full-service book manufacturing company. The company was formed in 1975 by Julie's father, Bob McNaughton, and 4 founding partners. Today, Julie serves as a company president, proudly continuing the legacy of customer care and printing expertise that her father began. Julie shares her gratitude not only for receiving this award, but for also being given the opportunity to produce quality books. Years ago, it was said that the printing industry would no longer exist, but we found that not to be true. Despite changes in technology, McNaughton and Gunn has been producing book titles for over 40 years. We attribute this legacy to the hard work and dedication of our loyal team members. The honor of this achievement will be shared with them. Julie's commitment to McNaughton and Gunn is equal measure to the commitment that she gives to the community. To date, Julie has supported through McNaughton and Gunn the Saline area baseball and softball teams, Kiwanis of Saline, Safety Town, the Main Street program, Saline Fire Department, Washtenaw Literacy, and countless other programs. As we leave here today, I'd like to ask all the members of the audience to take a moment to think about the importance of supporting our communities. Tomorrow's problems demand bright, hardworking individuals to solve them, and we can be a part of the solution by supporting the community programs, the countless people that their demand, and for the continued growth and strength. So I thank all of you for everything that you do for the community.
John, get some closing remarks. First off, before I give the podium to you, I wanted to thank you. Again, Heather mentioned it, but John is going to be, this is his last year and last couple of months. I'm not sure if he's counted down at the exact day, but we surely appreciate, the 15-plus years, I believe, that John's been affiliated with the Chamber as a member, and in the last 4 years as a director? 3 years. So Feels like 4, right? Anyhow, so the last 3 years, and there's been a lot of a legacy of shoes to fill in the Saline community, and John did a great job. We were able to lead the Saline Chamber in a position to continue to support the businesses, and he gave a lot of thankless, tireless time, as did his predecessors before them, which is part of the job, which we're going to introduce the new guy here later on. But I wanted him to stand up, but just to bait it for you, that it's it's a job of love, you know what I mean? And that comes from what you do in the community and with the partners. So John, I wanted to thank you personally for your service to the chamber.
Well, the dirty little secret about all my time here is this is not my comfort zone at all. So it's always been a little hard for me to come up and just stand and talk, unlike some people I know. But in all the essence of how much fun we are and exciting, if you look at your program, and if you have the gold star on the back, you get the centerpiece. Now, no knocking anybody down to get at it. There you go. It's all yours. I do, again, thank you so much. It's been a wonderful privilege over the years to be part of the chamber, to be part of this, and yes, I will come back. My mother's still here, so I will come back and I will see the chamber. And I would like to thank you all for coming and for honoring our businesses. It's, as I said, Saline salutes the businesses. I'd love to see 1,000 people in here. Of course, then I wouldn't want to stand up here, but I'd love to see these are the people and the entities that make Saline what it is. So I really, really appreciate every single person who comes here tonight to honor our businesses. I'd like to congratulate all of our winners again, and our past winners and everything else. But it's quite an honor. I felt very, very humbled when our business won it a number of years ago. One last piece of housekeeping. If the winners would please stay in the area, we'd like to get a picture at the end with each group. And other than that, do you want to, who's going to?
I just wanted to take a moment to wrap up with an interview.
There you go.
John, okay? Thank you, John.